In every corner of history, there are mysteries we pretend we've forgotten. Not because they were solved, but because they were never meant to be understood. This story isn't famous. It doesn't appear in textbooks or documentaries. Yet for those who know it, it never really leaves. In 1987, 42-year-old Daniel Harper left his home in northern Minnesota for a simple weekend fishing trip. He told his sister he'd be back by Sunday night. Sunday came and went. Then Monday, then an entire week. When search teams finally began looking, nothing felt right. There were no footprints, no broken branches, no signs of a struggle. They found his truck parked neatly at the edge of a forest trail. The doors were locked. The keys were still inside. It looked less like an accident and more like someone had stepped out for a moment and never returned. 2 days later, a volunteer searcher noticed something that wasn't on any map. Hidden deep in the trees was a cabin, old, weathered, and almost completely swallowed by the forest. Inside, dust covered every surface except one. On a small wooden table sat a notebook, opened to a single page. The handwriting was unmistakable. It belonged to Daniel. The message was short. "If anyone finds this, don't stay here after dark." Investigators searched the cabin expecting answers. Instead, they found nothing. No food, no bedding, no sign anyone had lived there for decades. Forensic analysis made things worse. The ink in the notebook was fresh, written only hours before Daniel disappeared. But the cabin itself had been abandoned for more than 50 years. There were no fingerprints, not Daniel's, not the search team's. It was as if the notebook had been placed there without being touched. A week later, several members of the search party quietly came forward with something they refused to put on record. They said that on the night the cabin was discovered, they heard a voice. It wasn't an animal. It wasn't the wind. It sounded exactly like Daniel calling for help. But the voice wasn't coming from the forest. They said it came from inside the cabin walls. Officers searched again. There were no hidden rooms, no crawl spaces, nothing living. Months passed with no answers. Daniel Harper was officially declared missing and presumed dead. The case was closed, filed away. But the cabin was never explained. Some locals believe it only appears to certain people. Others think Daniel left the warning for someone else, someone who hasn't arrived yet. And a few believe the cabin is still there, waiting. Because some mysteries don't need monsters. Sometimes, silence is terrifying.